I've made no effort to hide my feeling on faith-based movies and what Christian movies mean to the movie industry. So far, I haven't seen many that have worked, and the ones that have, like a movie, say like Blind Side, worked because the focus wasn't necessarily on being a Christian movie, it was on being a great story. So when I went to see Soul Surfer this weekend, I didn't have very high expectations because here's another movie that is very much geared towards a Christian audience, of which I am one. I love Jesus. I love what he means in my life. In fact, it is what defines my life. And so to see my faith on the screen is always good, and it's not something I'm used to, and so I like seeing it. It affirms me, but at the same time, if the quality isn't done well, then I don't think it serves much of a purpose. And unfortunately, a lot of these movies, the quality just isn't there. I've talked a lot about the analogy of going to a junior high band concert and expecting the band to be amazing. Well, they're not going to be. They're just learning. And I feel like Christian films or films made for Christians is a lot like a junior high band concert. You don't go because the music's going to be amazing. You go because you want to support the kids that are there and you want to see them do well. And you want to see them get better so that down the road, maybe when they're in high school, they can be in a great band and maybe they'll play in a symphony someday. The problem is with movies is they're trying to play in the symphony now. They're showing it my local theater. They're putting it up on the big screen. They're marketing it like it's a big movie. And at the end of the day, it's still a little bit high school band. Is Soul Surfer? Not as much. Soul Surfer is a good movie. Not quite Blind Side, but also not quite Fireproof on the other side. It's decent, and they did a good job getting name actors. Dennis Quaid, Helen Hunt, Kevin Sorbo, who's not necessarily a name actor, but you might recognize him. I think he played Hercules on TV. And the girl that plays the main girl in Soul Surfer has been in a lot of stuff. I remember really liking her in Bridge to Terabithia. She does a great job in that movie, and she does a great job here as well. Those actors give this a sense of reality and a sense of, oh, I'm actually at a big movie that a lot of the other movies don't have, and that's a good thing. Do they hold up as performances? Yeah, I think for the most part they do a great job. The real standout, this will be the negative that I'll mention. I don't want to dwell on it. Carrie Underwood, not an actress. Let's just leave it at that. Carrie Underwood should not be an actress. Great singer, probably a great person, not an actress. Moving on. The thing that really sells this movie, though, is the story. The fact that it's based on a true story, like Blind Side, and maybe that gives it a level of reality that allows it to punch through the faith-based movie thing, because you watch this story and you're engaged by what actually happened to Bethany Hamilton, this 13-year-old girl who lost her arm to a shark and still wanted to be a professional surfer, how that story worked, what that means, how her faith played a role in that, which is important, not made up. That's very much a part of the Bethany Hamilton story, and so you get a sense that it's grounded in reality, and I think that adds a lot to the momentum of the message of this movie, which is stellar. The message of this movie is phenomenal. I teared up several times because it meant so much to me, the truth of what was happening in these scenes, the ideas of why does God let these things happen to us? If I believe in Him and I'm serving Him, why does this happen? That's a very real emotion that many people go through and are going through even today, and very powerful scene dealing with that. Quality-wise, it's maybe a little better than mediocre, and that's, at the end of the day, something I'm glad I can say, and I think pushes it over the edge to a recommendation. If you haven't seen Soul Surfer, it is a good movie. Whether you are a Christian or not, I think it's a wonderful movie to see. Will it impact you the same way if you're not a Christian and you don't believe the same way I do? Maybe not, but I think you'll still be able to know that you're watching a good story and a very amazing story of this girl named Bethany Hamilton. So go see Soul Surfer. I think it's worth your time.